Sam Elliott is the living embodiment of the American West. With his deep, resonant voice and piercing gaze, he commands attention without effort. From his earliest roles to his later acclaim, Elliott never relied on flamboyance or theatrics. He carried authenticity in every performance. His presence is not just seen, it is felt, a quiet strength that anchors scenes and shapes stories. Beyond the screen, Elliott's life mirrors the stoicism and resilience of the characters he portrays. He emerged not from Hollywood privilege, but from a background that demanded endurance and self-reliance. In him, audiences witness a man who endured, observed, and preserved, who carried unresolved moments without needing validation, letting his quiet discipline define him as much as his craft. Humble beginnings in Sacramento. Born on August 9, 1944, in Sacramento, California, Elliott's early life was shaped by discipline and restraint. His mother, Glennie, a former diving champion, demanded precision and focus, while his father, Henry, a predator control specialist, carried an unwavering vigilance. The family hailed from El Paso, Texas, bringing a quiet, stoic strength into their daily life. The household offered little room for softness or emotional expression, instilling in Elliott a sense of endurance that would define his approach to life and work. Early lessons in silence and resilience, though often invisible to outsiders, laid the foundation for a man capable of carrying emotional weight without complaint. These experiences embedded in him the ability to observe, absorb, and adapt, a skill that would later become essential in both life and acting. The impact of loss and silence. The death of Elliott's father when he was 18 left a permanent mark. The sudden loss, coupled with years of unspoken judgment, created a quiet void he could not close. There were no goodbyes, no chance to make amends, just an immovable silence that lingered. This experience shaped his sense of responsibility, resilience, and emotional containment. He learned that some things in life cannot be corrected or explained, only carried. This early encounter with grief and the weight of unspoken expectations would become a recurring theme in his life and work, informing the depth and authenticity of the characters he portrayed. It taught him to endure quietly, to confront life without outward dramatization. Discovering a path in acting. After leaving the University of Oregon, Elliott searched for a medium that could contain his inner world. Clark College offered him the first taste of belonging through roles in productions like Big Jewel and Guys and Dolls. Recognition came subtly, a local critic's encouragement, without altering his circumstances. This period was not about fame, but finding a space where he could exist without feeling misplaced. Acting became a discipline and refuge, a place to channel unexpressed emotions. It wasn't about proving talent, but about honoring persistence and presence. In these formative years, Elliott's craft was shaped not by external validation, but by a personal commitment to staying the course, observing life, and transforming those observations into authenticity on stage. Early struggles in Hollywood. Elliott's initial years in Los Angeles were marked by exhaustion and obscurity. Labor-intensive day jobs and fleeting appearances on film sets reflected the gap between ambition and opportunity. His early roles, including an uncredited spot in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, exemplified his presence without recognition. These years honed his patience, resilience, and capacity to persist amid indifference. Elliott learned to navigate an industry that often overlooked subtlety and restraint. His commitment to showing up, even without reward, cultivated the depth and gravitas that would define his later career. Success for Elliott was not immediate or flashy. It emerged from long, unseen stretches of dedication, where endurance became both necessity and virtue. Defining strength through restraint. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Elliott's roles consistently reflected quiet strength. Performances in I Will Fight No More Forever and Lifeguard highlighted men burdened with unresolved struggles, conveyed through subtle gestures rather than dramatic displays. Critics sometimes misunderstood this as passivity, but Elliott knew the power lay in authenticity. His approach was shaped by lived experience, discipline, endurance, and an unspoken code, rather than the pursuit of fame. Each performance carried the weight of personal history, conveying emotion through presence, silence, and measured expression. These roles revealed a man attuned to nuance, capable of holding audiences in quiet tension without relying on spectacle, proving that authenticity resonates deeper than performative dramatics. Mastery in later roles. In the late 1990s and 2000s, Elliott refined his craft into something almost surgical. From The Big Lebowski to We Were Soldiers and Hulk, he wielded silence, presence, and voice as tools of gravity. Each performance became a study in endurance and authority, carrying history, loss, and human complexity without excess. Elliott's work illustrated the power of patience, showing audiences that impact comes from depth and subtlety, rather than flamboyance. By this stage, his legacy was no longer tied to chasing recognition, but to embodying it, transforming restraint into resonance. Every role became a vessel for experience, where his presence anchored scenes and lent permanence to fleeting moments of storytelling. Personal life and emotional depth. Elliott's personal life reflects the same philosophy of presence and endurance that defines his career. His relationship with his wife, which began after years of distance and persistence, exemplifies a commitment to understanding and presence rather than reinvention. He navigated complex histories and existing lives with patience, stepping into relationships with respect for what already existed. In marriage and family, Elliott's approach mirrored his acting, measured, thoughtful, and grounded in lived experience. These choices, though private, inform the emotional depth he brings to roles, adding layers of authenticity. They reveal a man who carries not just professional weight, but personal reflection, embodying restraint and steadfastness across all aspects of life. Legacy and enduring impact. By the time Elliott achieved formal recognition, including his Academy Award nomination, it was less about validation and more about the acknowledgement of a career shaped by endurance and authenticity. His legacy rests on the subtle power of presence, the discipline of silence, and the authenticity of lived experience translated to screen. Elliott's work demonstrates that greatness can emerge quietly, built on persistence and careful attention rather than spectacle. He shows that roles can endure not because they are loud or showy, but because they reflect a life of discipline, observation, and depth. His career is a testament to the art of waiting, watching, and showing up, proving that enduring impact often comes from unseen, patient labor. The quiet truth of Sam Elliott. At 81, Sam Elliott embodies the culmination of decades spent observing, enduring, and refining both craft and character. He remains a symbol of strength, authenticity, and quiet resilience, carrying moments that cannot be fixed but must be honored. His legacy is not about fleeting fame, but the depth of presence, the weight of silence, and the integrity of persistence. Through decades of challenge, obscurity, and subtle triumph, Elliott has defined not only an era of cinema, but a philosophy of life, enduring, measured, and profoundly human. In every pause, glance, and word, he teaches that true power lies not in being noticed, but in remaining steadfast, authentic, and unshakable across time.